Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this one we'll be covering the Donetsk, Bakhmut, Siversk and Kreminna fronts. Starting out in the Donetsk front, we see that the Russian forces are continuing their attacks in the direction of Pobieda, Marinka, Nevelske, Pervomaiske and Vodiane. In the direction of Vodiane, the Russian forces have captured this part of the settlement. However, there's also the western part of it. And with this, we can see that the Russian forces are going to attack in three directions: to the north, to the west, and to the east, in the direction of this military base to the east of Opytne, and then in the direction of the north and the west as well. At the same time, the Russian forces are continuing their attacks in the direction of Pervomaiske and Nevelske. As for Marinka and Pobieda, the Russian forces are trying to expand their zone of control. There are reports that Pobieda itself has been taken. However, there has been no confirmation yet, so I'm waiting with that. Other than that, the Russian forces have conducted a breakthrough within the city of Marinka. And the reason I call it a breakthrough is because the Russian forces and the Ukrainian forces have been stuck around the center of the village for many weeks. Also, this part of the city is the most significant part. With this, the Ukrainian forces have lost most of the control they had over the city, and will most likely lose it very soon, as the rest of the city is not very well defendable compared to the center. So with this, the Ukrainian forces will be in a much worse position in Marinka than they used to be, which is why I called it a breakthrough, and it falls in alignment with the definition. Moving on to the Avdiivka area, the Russian forces continue their attacks in the direction of Kamyanka as they try to capture the village to the northeast of Avdiivka and gain control over the highway moving to the east of Avdiivka. And moving further north in the direction of Pivishne and Toretsk, the Russian forces continue their attacks from Mayorsk and towards the west as they try to gain control over the eastern outskirts of Toretsk, as that will be very significant as the Ukrainian positions have very heavily fortified positions here in the east. So what they may be trying to do is to keep the Ukrainian forces to the front as they try to go around and cut off the road going from Konstantinivka to Toretsk, which is the only significant road between the two areas. If the Russian forces also manage to advance in the area of Alexandropol and Novobakhmutivka, they can cut off the western road as well, which will leave the whole area completely encircled. As for the Klashivka area, the fighting continues in all three directions as it has been. The same with Bakhmut, where Russian forces continue attacking from the east. As for the northeastern part, the Russian forces continued their attacks in the direction of Krasnogora and Pervoskovivka. And finally, the Soledar area, we see that the Russian forces continued their attacks in the direction of Blagodetne, Krasnopolivka and Rustulivka. And that's it for the Donetsk front. Moving on to the Siversk and Kreminna fronts, we see that the Russian forces continue their attacks in the direction of Bilohorivka, Verkhnokamianske and Spirne, as well as to the west of Chernompopivka and Plushenka, as they try to expand their zone of control and try to keep their forces situated into the east of Siversk as they try to push northwards from the Soledar area. And that's all for this update. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching and have a great day.